Hey everybody, one of Wisdom here. It is Thursday, April 9th, 2015, a little after 12:30, so midnight, 1 a.m. time slot halfway between there. We are here with Gusto. It is time that he receive his base upgrades, and then we explore his upgrade path. So, cool thing with Gusto and who I plan to do next, which is Wallop, I have 2 of them. And that means I don't have to reset, and that means my life is a lot easier and more enjoyable. And I don't really have to stress out about any of this. So, that said, we're going to go ahead and get started here. I don't really hear anyone say anything about Gusto at all. And I'm going to fix that by having a head-to-head battle turn. That's another reason I wanted to get him and Wallop done. Air and Earth, we have both Trapmaster, so I'm going to do a Gusto versus Thunderbolt aesthetics and PvP type pull battle. We'll get that rolling here fairly shortly after you see the video. He does have a trinket, he does have a hat, so keep that in mind. But primary attack, it is the Traptanium Boomerang. It's going to do... I've been in an air element area, and so you get like the additional damage. However, the 80s are accurate, so it can sometimes do 3 instances of damage. It's almost always 2 though, so 80 to 120. And then the cool thing is it's got really good range. That's why I use them so much actually. But you can see 1, 2, and then the neat thing though that a lot of people don't know. 1 Mississippi 2. It takes some time for the boomerang to get back. If you throw it and then press X again, or your primary attack button, whatever console you're on, it comes back much quicker. So keep that in mind if you ever need to do that for some reason. Secondary attack is called Inhaler. It basically looks like this, and then he can exhale. Now, the important thing to note on Inhale, it lasts 8 seconds right now. It does 16 to 24 damage whenever you're inhaling enemies. So like if you've got Chompies or Buzzard Beaks or something, it will actually sit there and damage them, kill them instantly, depending on your difficulty level. Some of the tougher enemies like Trolls or the less hardy villains that are still a step or 2 above, your garden variety Chompies, you can actually sit there. They might hit you, once or something, but you can just inhale them and kill them. Small ones you can eat, of course, but essentially you come in, the 16 to 24 doesn't show up here, that's why I'm telling you, and then when you exhale, you've got an initial impact hit of 64 to 96 on impact, and then 16 to 24 what's the best way to word this? After that, inhale for 8 seconds, 16 to 24. Exhale, 64 to 96 on impact, 16 to 24.
Your next challenge awaits you, Portal Master. Talk to
I don't really know how to describe that. Exhaling, impact, after impact, 16 to 24 after. I'm just putting after. It makes sense to me. If you don't understand the spreadsheet, you need to watch the video. So I can showcase that here. So basically though, I'm just going to do this for an instantaneous cycle. Alright, so I just held B down. Note he's got the big belly going down. You can kind of hear it slosh sometimes. But if I tap B, just tap it, you're going to do the 64. If I do that again, roughly the same amount of time, and now I hold B down, check this out. You'll see the 64 to 96, and then while I'm holding B down, you'll see the 16 to 24s. And that was about 8 seconds. The crazy thing is, if you come in here, he can actually inhale for 8 seconds. And you know that it's been 8 seconds because he stops automatically. And then if I were to just tap B, which I'll do for you, just 64, even though you did 8 seconds. Then if you come back in, and note that he can turn around while he does this, that's what I tend to do. But now, if we're at the same point, we've inhaled 8 seconds, I'm going to come in, instead of tapping it and just doing the 64, we're going to hold it down, and you will have about 8 seconds again. So the damage counts do seem higher if you hold it down for 8 seconds, but I'm not sure that they are. But the main thing is, and it kind of seems odd to me, if you inhale for the full 8 seconds, you exhale for 8 seconds. If you inhale for that long, 1.5 seconds or so, then you can exhale for a full 8 seconds. So that's pretty cool. He's also got pretty good range on that. So overall, pretty good box stock, and I'm a fan. But note you can rotate, like I said, so that's important to keep tabs on
Ready for
that.
another magical
Everything you see here, we've got 15 winged sapphires. That's why our prices are a little funky. This is going to get started with the Breath of Life. Regain HP by inhaling enemies. Price is $3.51. If you're like me, you're probably thinking it's probably like one of those +5, +8 type things, you know, that cumulatively might add up to something decent. No, I have researched it. It is +20, and that is fantastic. How did I research it, you ask? I have a second Gusto, and I took him through some things with his box stock upgrades, kind of outlined those. Have not explored the path yet, so we're going to do that.
Ready for another magical
And that's something I sadly can't showcase here, but it saves so much time not having to go into a level and do that. So, Twisting in the Wind is up next. This is his tertiary attack. Press Y to spin around and whack enemies with the boomerang. This is a very cool attack in my opinion. It's also important to note that you can press Y or you can hold Y. So, here's what the attack looks like. That's just me pressing Y. If we press Y, you're going to see 33 to 49 twice. If I hold Y, you will see the 33 or the 49 3 times. So, not a huge difference, but it is something to note. And the cool thing is, you can move while you do that. If you hold Y, you can slide around a little bit more. So, something to keep in mind if you like that attack. We'll come in now, pick up the next upgrade. It is called Electro Ring. Hold X to charge up the Traptanium Boomerang attack. Price is $6.31. I am a big fan of boomerangs. One of my favorite Skylanders to date remains Dino Ring. Obviously, dinosaur with a boomerang. If you missed out on SSA or haven't seen him, he and Voodoo kind of got like late releases. Not late releases, but like recent re-releases. So some of you that missed out initially might have had that. Now, the cool thing about this, it's got 3 tier levels. If we just press X, we're still doing the 80 to 120. If I hold it for roughly 1 second, you're going to have 104 to 156. You saw both numbers. If I hold it for 2 seconds, you're going to have 136 to 204. And then if I hold it for 3 seconds, it's going to automatically launch it when that time has expired, or you can do it manually a little bit before it auto launches, but it will do 200 to 300, as you see right there. So I know that looked like 2,000, but it sadly wasn't. That would be awesome if it was. That said, that is Electro Ring. Very practical, and again, you've still got great range with it, so that's something very important to me. Final base upgrade is lots of lung power. You can inhale more enemies at a time. Again, this is something I can't really showcase here. We're going to pick our paths here later. That's obviously parts 2 and 3 of this process. But the interesting thing is whenever I bought this and tested it with Gusto B, my Gusto that I haven't used, this is the unboxed Gusto that you've seen in the playthrough and everything. So when I tested it out with the other one though, I didn't really see any changes whatsoever. So I'm going to go ahead and we will still 8 seconds there, and then on the exhale it's going to be the same thing. 64 to 96 on the impact, 16 to 24, and I believe 8 seconds. So that's what's kind of interesting. It's kind of the same thing. Again, I think the cloud, when you're inhaling, looks bigger. It probably covers a wider area. And I'm sure you can pick up more enemies. But the problem I have in testing, I tend to kill the enemies before they're picked up. So that's kind of an issue there, but nonetheless, I'm sure that is helpful. Now, the good thing is, we're done. We have covered Gusto's base upgrades. I think they're pretty solid. It didn't take long. We've got the numbers down. His paths are Air Ace and Dizzy Destroyer. I think they're both actually going to be pretty good. Dizzy Destroyer's got a little bit of an unknown with a lightning ball. It looks very interesting. I'm excited to actually see how it pans out. But, as I mentioned, I'm big on boomerangs. It's kind of like the weapon of the underdog. You got the Outback, Tasmania, you got Dino Ring, things of that nature. So, I'm going to take this guy, our main Gusto, down the Air Ace path. And then I'm going to take Gusto number 2, who is still boxed up primarily so I can tell them apart. And I actually got him to do a custom paint. And the problem I have is I really like the way he looks box stock, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that. But that said, I've got the 2, so we will take the other one down, Dizzy Destroyer. I'm excited to see how they pan out. But that said, thanks so much for watching. Take those links at the top of the video description box. You can go to oneofwisdom.com or the Skylander Club forum, and both links will take you to a post where you can see Gusto's base upgrades you're watching now, Air Ace, or Dizzy Destroyer. You will also see my exclusive Attack Damage Numbers Spreadsheet, and of course you'll have my comprehensive analysis for those of you who prefer to read. So take those links, make use of them, enjoy them. Hopefully they help you out. You can follow me on Twitch, where I live stream Skylanders Trap Team. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. If you have not joined the Skylander Club forum, do so. SkylanderClub.com, we would love to have you. And for myself and Gusto, we will be back to check out Ares.